Hello, welcome to this weather update. It's around 7:30 on May 28th, 2019, and we're dealing with kind of some humid conditions out there, but not that hot. But there is some heat off to the south. Look at that, Tom's River. It's up near 73, and you can see warmer off to the west. And this is gonna explain what's going on in our atmosphere when we get to it. So look at the dew points because we have some thunderstorms popping up tonight, and you can see dew points in the 60s. So it is a little humid out there, and a lot. Wow. Dew points in the 70s in Tom's River. Oh my God, that place is sultry. I just, man, I don't know how anyone could survive there. If you want to live in this area, you gotta like this kind of weather, because if you don't, you're not gonna survive there. It's like Florida almost. It's like the Mid-Atlantic. It's like literally like if you go from New York City south, you're in the Mid-Atlantic, and if you go from New York City northeast, you're in the Northeast or New England, more of a New England kind of weather. New England weather is cooler, so you got to go with that. All right, so you can see we have some really high dew points, and all this is causing some fuel for some thunderstorms. And looking at the Cape, you could see some really high Cape numbers here off to the west, and there have been some severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. So let's get to that radar right now, and you could see, look at some of these cells here. Some of them are really intense here. You have one off by Wilmington. This looks like it's heading toward Jersey Shore. It might affect Atlantic City. Maybe Tom's River gets nicked by it. I don't know. And then we have some more off to the west here, around Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania, upstate New York. And this is all part of that system that caused the severe weather in the Midwest. If we actually pull out, you'll be able to see all of it right here. And again, when you have all these high dew points, it just creates the fuel for these storms. So let's go look at the radar, and you can see here, this is the radar here, radar loop from the Weather Service. You can see tornado warning was issued for that cell up in Pennsylvania right here. Looks like it was dropped, but there's still a severe thunderstorm warning, and you also have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for this over here. And we're going to start to see some light rain falling. This storm reached so high in the atmosphere that you have rain falling very far, about 100 miles or 80 to 100 miles to the east-southeast of it, and this rain is actually falling from the top of the anvil. So these were pretty high thunderstorms, and those are the kind of storms that produce things like tornadoes and stuff like that. Alright, so again, looking at the radar, you see here, and also the satellite. They show up very nicely on the satellite, too. If we look at the satellite loop here, look at that bright white. You can see that. Look at that. Let me get that in a little higher for you. We're going to zoom it in a little bit. So look at that. Look at how high those tops are. Look at how high those tops are. You can actually see the height. These are some really impressive thunderstorms here. And this is some really sultry air off to the south here that is fueling these storms. And if we go back to the Ventus sky, and we go back to the temperatures here, and look at that, you will see the sultry air off to the south. So if you're in Washington right now, you're in the mid and upper 80s right now, and I'm sure the humidity is also very high as well there. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, dew points up near 70. So you have a lot of heat, a lot of humidity. It's not too nice. It's not too nice. This is all in relation to a warm front that's trying to move through our area. So let's look at some observations here, and we will go ahead and look at some observations and see what we have. You can see severe thunderstorm warning and tornado watch is also in effect to the west of us in Pennsylvania. You can look at actually this. You can see tornado watch. Look at that, tornado watch in effect. You can see some flash flood warnings. So these are some pretty intense severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like Atlantic City is going to be. You also have a tornado watch. Wow, tornado watch extends into Burlington County and Atlantic County and Salisbury and Delaware. So yeah, this is a really severe. And we took a look at some of the air that they're dealing with down there. Tom's River 72, but the dew point is up to 68. Tom's River actually did manage to hit 80 today. We were not nearly that warm. But if we go further south and west, you'll see that this is some really sultry air. So let's go look at Baltimore. And I'm sure they are dealing with a lot worse conditions. So it's 89 at Baltimore right now. Dew point is 68. So this is some really unusually humid and hot air. Again, this is all due to climate change. We're seeing more heat, more humidity, especially more humidity. And that fuels these storms, as we know. Now, fortunately, on Long Island, we have temperatures that are a lot cooler than that. Thank God. We are only in the mid-60s, so 66 for the dew point 60. So it's a little humid, but not that hot, fortunately. So it's not like what they're dealing with to the southwest of us. But again, let me look at that radar again, because that radar was really blowing up. Look at these cells here. Look at these cells here. They are just... Now, I'm assuming this might weaken by the time it reaches the cooler air. I'm hoping it does. We'll have to keep our eye on it and see what's going to happen with that. So let's go and look at the models and see what we're going to be dealing with. We're going to actually go right to the NAM. And the NAM actually shows up these storms pretty well. And let's see if the NAM holds them together tonight or not. It does hold them together. It does hold them all the way down. So we may wind up getting affected by this around, I would say, 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. We're going to have to keep our eye on it. There's a possibility of severe weather here, too. That moves out, and then for tomorrow, we have another threat tomorrow night of severe weather here. Look at that. Wow. That is, I mean, purples. Look at this. So right around 8 o'clock or so, 8, 9 o'clock, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, we're going to have to really watch out for this. This could be some pretty intense severe weather that we're going to have to deal with tomorrow. And that is with I think some kind of front moving through. Well, there's a stalled frontal boundary, so that's what all this is the focus of. So, yeah, and then another possibility, Thursday, too. So we have multiple chances for severe thunderstorms in our area, and it could get quite bad. According to the NAM, it looks pretty scary, actually, to be honest with you. Let's go look at the HRRR. Maybe it'll look a little better. I don't know. HRRR, the HRRR weakens them. Let's see if it weakens them. Yeah, it weakens them. Luckily, the HRRR weakens them. And this is not going to go far enough out into tomorrow. Let's look at the RGM. Actually, I didn't mean to click. Well, we'll look at the RGM too. The RGM kind of weakens them too, but it has them flare up for the east. Let's see tomorrow. Oh, it has it hold together. Yep, it has it hold together. All right, I meant to go to the HDRPS. Let's look at the HDRPS and see what we have here. So, it keeps it together, the HDRPS. And then tomorrow, I'm more worried about tomorrow. Look at this. This is a real threat for tomorrow evening, right in the rush hour. This could get quite bad. We're going to have to keep our eye on it. And the reason why is because it's going to be warmer tomorrow. So let's get this back over to the GFS, and we'll show you the temperatures here. And I know we have some nicer weather for the weekend, but we got to get through the severe weather first. I'm not even going to talk about that in this weather update. You can see we have, I'll try, but again, we have this severe weather threat. So today wasn't that bad, but tomorrow, see temperatures getting close to 80 and possibly mid-80s in Jersey. And then for Thursday, we still have the heat around. And then Friday, the heat goes away, and the weekend looks okay. It starts getting hotter by Sunday. But as far as these dew points go, that's what's going to be the trigger here. You have such high dew points. We have really humid air off to the west of us. So you can see, looking at tomorrow, it looks like Long Island may have a little less humidity, but for Jersey, a lot of humidity, and that humidity is going to be close. And then that humidity comes into our area, and that's going to fuel the storms. And then Thursday, it looks like Thursday we still have some humidity, so we have a stalled front here. And then Friday, we finally lose some of that humidity, and Saturday, a little less, and we lose, and it starts to come back by Sunday. I'm not even going to go look at the skies right now because, like I said, we got to get through this severe weather, and it's too. I do want to look at the NAM as far as that dew point goes too, because I think the GFS might be underdoing it. Let's see, Wednesday, yeah, the NAM, yeah. So you could see here, it looks like we actually do have a little dry air. So it's like a little front that comes through. So you can see where this front is right here. It's stalled out, and then that humidity starts coming. So those storms are going to come as part of a warm front, just because you have this stalled front in the area. And again, you have more stall fronts, you have more wavy jet streams because the Arctic is warming. And that'll be the last part of this update. I want to go over the sea ice. It's melting very rapidly, which is very disturbing. If you live within about 2 miles of the water, like our friends on the South Shore, they're going to be impacted greatly by sea level rise, and they're going to be the first to see it. For sure. But anyway, that will wrap up this weather update. So again, chances for severe weather, multiple chances. Probably not so much tonight, but I am really concerned about tomorrow evening. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Have a good night.